It is way past midnight for Sunday, August 17th. The reason that I'm doing this so late is that I actually finished Ori and the Blind Forest tonight, which was sick. It is a great Metroidvania, and it actually went by really fast. I 100% completed in about 9 hours. That may just be like I understand the game and the mechanics a little bit more because I'm familiar with the Metroidvania type of genre. And I really like the movement, the triple jump, everything. I kind of cheesed, I feel like, a lot of it and got it a lot earlier because of you throw the orb, you jump, you then do the slingshot up. But I feel like that's intentional, that some of the puzzles I genuinely just skipped because throwing the orb and jumping off it was actually kind of fun. And just seeing how much I can actually do with that fact. But, yeah, it was an amazing game. Like, gameplay-wise, amazing. There were some frustrating parts, like, I didn't like when you had to carry some of the orbs. And it was just, that was kind of annoying. And, but yeah, it was a great game. But the thing I'm most impressed of is the simplicity of the story and how it's kind of fully came together at the end. Where, like, there really was no central villain. I guess you could call the owl the villain, but it was more of a miscommunication, misunderstanding. I would argue that the forest itself is the villain. And, I mean, going through, I'm like, the mother character dies, and then Ori has to go through, and then you meet this guy who's, like, kind of the villain. You're like, oh, maybe he'll come back. But then later, you see that all of Nomu, all of his species has been dead because of the forest and the freezing, and then you find that the owl has lost her children because of the freezing in the forest, and it's so many complex things that all kind of come together. And The Blind Forest is I think it's such a cool title because now I can fully reflect on it and see that the forest, while just being what it is, inflicted significant harm on everybody. And I mean, while it was failing for, like, the darkness or whatever, every character in that story had harm put upon them because of the effects of the dying forest, the freezing, the fire, the lack of food. Everything kind of came around, and then everybody came together in the end and realized that there wasn't a central villain. I found that story is really, really cool just because of the fact that it's like the villain itself is the forest when you're trying to fix it. While there may be some was that go against your protagonist, in the end they come around and you see that they're just victims the same that you are. And that was a really unique and really well thought out story. And it's just what enthralls me about it is the simplicity of it. There's so many good story elements that just kind of hit hard, like seeing the motivations behind the owl, or when you go into the frozen area, seeing Nomu come in and grieve the frozen species of his. And so I think, again, it's so simple, but yet it has a really big impact. And that's just really cool to me because I think a video game that has a story like that is really good. I mean, Hollow Knight, Celeste, a lot of indie games have that simplistic story, yet it hits an impact, and I am impressed, and it's so cool, and I would love to be able to create something like that, but that's so hard to create such a simple story to have such an emotional path that it goes on. So I don't know, it's just really cool. Ori is the movement amazing, and I mean, I still have the second game to play, so we'll see then, but I think I'm going to take a break from the Metroidvania, because I did bang out, I think, about 4 hours today, which really isn't a lot. It's a short game, but it was really, really fun.